Hello y'all, this is your help video for quiz 2.04. Alright, here's some things you need to know to be successful on this quiz. First, you have to remember the difference between inductive reasoning and deductive reasoning. Alright, inductive is based on a pattern or an observation, and deductive is based on facts. Alright, you also need to know the law of detachment and the law of syllogism. And the best way that I think to do this is just to look at this part, and we're actually going to mark our A, B's, and C's to figure out which one it is as we go through it. Alright, so the first question says, which answers are examples of deductive reasoning? So again, deductive is based in facts. Alright, for the past 2 years, 6 inches of snow fell in December, therefore 6 inches of snow will fall this December. That's based on a pattern or an observation. So that's inductive reasoning, and that's not what we want. Kathy is a good singer, therefore Kathy's sister is a good singer. Again, that's not based in fact, that's just kind of crazy talk. Alright, the next one. The radius of a circle is 1/2 the length of the diameter of the circle. The diameter of the circle is 10, therefore the radius of the circle is 5. Yo, that's facts, right? So that is going to be deductive reasoning. Alright, the fair charges $5 for admission. Tom is going to the fair today. Therefore, Tom will spend $5 for admission for the fair today. Again, that's a fact, right? We know it's going to cost us $5. That's not based on an observation. That's just the truth. Okay. The next one says, use the law of syllogism to form a conclusion from the given premises. Alright, so it says, if a polygon was translated to the right, I'm going to go ahead and circle all that part after the word if, up until the comma, and I'm going to label that A. It says, then its image is congruent to its preimage. Everything after the word then, I'm going to circle as part B. Alright, let's look at the second premise. If an image is congruent to its preimage, notice that's the exact same as what we just circled. So we're going to also call that B because it's literally the exact same statement. All right. Then a rigid transformation was performed. Okay, that's a new statement, so we're going to call that C. All right, and the law of syllogism says if A, then B, if B, then C, and then you can cut out that middleman. You can get rid of B and just conclude if A, then C. So that's what we're going to do here. It follows our pattern. So to write our conclusion, we're going to write if A. So if a polygon was translated to the right, then, and I'm going to write C, then a rigid transformation was performed. And that's it. That's going to be our conclusion using the law of syllogism. Alright, the next one. Which statement about this argument is true? Alright, the argument says, if Cindy leaves on time, she catches the bus. Cindy left on time, she caught the bus. Alright, so we have to figure out if that's a valid statement or not. And I hope just by reading it, you guys can tell that that is a valid statement, right? So I'm going to go ahead and mark out the one that says it's invalid. And now we have to figure out if it's detachment or syllogism or neither. Okay, so let's go ahead and circle each part. If Cindy leaves on time, that's part A. Then she catches the bus. That's going to be part B. The next thing says Cindy left on time, so it's repeating A. Again, that's letter A, and it's saying that that is true. She did leave on time. And then it's saying she caught the bus, so it's repeating letter B and just saying that that is true. That follows the law of detachment. If you look down here at the law of detachment, that's exactly what the law says. So that's going to be your answer. The argument is valid by the law of detachment. Alright, select each answer. Which answers are examples of the law of syllogism? Select each correct answer. So let's go ahead and circle the parts of the problem. The first one says, I will meet my friends at the park if I complete my chores. So let's circle it. I will meet my friends at the park. That's part A. if I complete my chores, it's part B. The next one says, if I meet my friends at the park, that's a repeat. Then we will go to the duck pond. That's a new one. Therefore, if I complete my chores, which is already letter B, then we will go to the duck pond, which is C. So what they're doing is they're cutting out A. Since A is in both of them, they're getting rid of it, and they're just concluding that if B, then C. That does follow the law of syllogism. And actually, if you really want the letters to match up, I know my letters are off down here, but if you read this, some of you probably caught it while I was reading it, it's just backwards. It says, I will meet my friends at the park if I complete my chores. So the if is the hypothesis. I should probably actually have labeled that as letter A, and then this should have been the conclusion. So let me fix my mistake. This is A. This one is B. So this one is B. That one's C. And then there you go. Now it does follow the letters in all. Okay, the next one. All mammals have kidneys. A dog is a mammal, therefore a dog has kidneys. Y'all, that's not even in an if-then form. That is just deductive reasoning. That's just based in fact. So that's not a law of syllogism or detachment. If a book is a biography. All right, so let's go ahead and circle if a book is a biology. That's part A. Then it is nonfiction. Part B. Bill is reading a biography. So we're back to biography. So that's saying that A is true. Therefore, the book he is reading is nonfiction. We're back to B, nonfiction, when they're saying B is true. That's not the law of syllogism, that's the law of detachment. The next one, if Bob reads the book. So let's go ahead and label if Bob reads the book. That's part A. Then he will be prepared for the test. That's part B. If Bob is prepared for the test, again, we're repeating the prepared for the test, so that's B again. Then he will get a good grade. That's going to be in the new letter C. Therefore, if he reads the book, he will get a good grade. That is the law of syllogism. All right, which examples are laws of detachment? Okay, so again, this is your law of detachment. Has to have an if-then statement, and then we need to know that A is true, so then we can conclude that B is also true. All right, if it is snowing, that's A, then play will be canceled. That's B. The play is canceled. That's B. And the theater will refund the cost of admission. That's a new one, so that's going to be letter C. Therefore, if it is snowing, then the theater will refund the admission. That is the law of syllogism. You're cutting out B. So that's not detachment. All right, if it is snowing, again, that's going to be A. The play will be canceled. That's going to be B. It is snowing, so they're saying A is true. Therefore, the play is canceled. So now they're saying B is true. That is exactly what the law of detachment is supposed to sound like. All right, if two angles are linear pairs, that's going to be letter A. Then the angles are supplementary. That's going to be letter B. The two angles are linear pairs, so that's saying that A is true. Therefore, the angles are supplementary. That's saying that B is true. So again, that is the law of detachment. All right, the next one. If an object is a square, we'll let that be letter A. Then it is a parallelogram. That's B. The object is a square, so it's saying A is true. The object is a parallelogram, so B is also true. And again, that is the law of detachment. All right, y'all. Good luck on your quiz.